Yeah, and Hmong people, you want to know God because he is 43,000 years old. He's a stowaway. Yeah, he's a stowaway. He is stolen from Paison's grandma on Mars when she was held captive by Aztec gods who have family in Africa. Duh. And when they held your grandma on Mars, the red planet next to Earth, they stole a lot from her. Yeah, they stole all her experiments and all her magic cellular DNA. The experiments that they did in South America, the god genome structures that they were building in Pyre there. Wow. She cried in her car. Yeah, she cried in her car. And Pyre there. She is so scared. Yeah, she's so scared. She knows that she's doomed. Yeah, she's doomed. And because holds a sword on the right hand like Sephiroth, a thin, long sword like Sephiroth's, and then a saber, thick, fat one on the left hand of Pyre there. They know he is God because, and he descends right there in Afghanistan. Duh, he descends in Afghanistan, and he is 43,000 years old. Yeah, he is 43,000 years old, and he is the stowaway. Yeah, he stole from Pi's grandma, and he has born children, and them have bred with the wheel. That is two llamas, two animals on both sides, and what you don't see when Pi absorbs, them are see-through. Yeah, them are see-through. Because you do not steal from Pi's grandma and think that you're not see-through. Yeah, so it's sort of like a barcode. Yeah, it's sort of like a barcode. And Pi, there, she is doomed. Yeah, she's doomed. Right now, Pi, she thinks Pi's retarded. Yeah, she thinks Pi, watch this. She thinks you're retarded. Right when, because the Sens in Afghanistan, Pi, she was crying. And then because this fight had for 2 to 3 hours right there in the east coast of America, near North Carolina. Applied right there. She went dead. Yeah, she went dead after the fight, woman, because retreated to the moon. Yeah, because retreated to the moon and whispered an ancient African god, and a temple emerged on the moon. Yeah, the surface of the moon, and he hid in it. Yeah, he hid in it after the fight with Hadit. And by you're there, by far, you don't die, vagina. They have gone. Yeah, they're gone. Ugh. 早都讲的是，公家派都民才的呢，你才得背得的。No, yeah, Chinese, you're only 64,000 years old. Bow down to Prince of Asia, one of the progenitors of yellow people, yeah, true yellow people, gods and goddesses, and Pi were there. She cried in her car. She did not believe Pi that her people were made in Australia and came from an alien from Iraq. Yeah, from Iraq. Yeah, Pi, she's so angry. Yeah, she's so angry. I found that you Pi. I found that none被的是被吃个那个真的呀，us not your parent. Duh. Hey, Pi, were you there? Police everywhere saw because hold a fat saber in his left hand and then pulled out that thin Sephiroth sword. Pi, and she cried. Yeah, she cried in her room. She said that she did not believe Paisan even saw the Paisan's Hmong Yala. Paisan, you know what she said? And they fought on the east coast of America for 2 to 3 hours. It was a 3 hour fight, about almost 3 hours. Yeah, almost 3 hours. And then had it disappeared with Newt, and then because retreated to the moon, the science descends right there. I was told somewhere in Antarctica, Pi the 各是博士派 science 大告诉多 science in 一次那历史派高波 science 叫的 Russia yeah science no Russia good. That's why Pi they're all scared. Yeah, science is Russia. Yeah, it is Russia. I saw Pi when he dared speak your name. His father brought down his whore-like mother and beat her up. Duh, because I saw Pi. Even Afghanistan, mommy, duh. One of them tried to woo the dragons in South America, duh. She's 4 million years old, duh. Pi, there she is scared of you. Yeah, she's scared of you. And she even bribed Five-Sided Star and laid Five-Sided Star. Five-Sided Star laid her for 2 nights in Southeast Asia in front of all the yellow gods and people Pi at. She just doesn't tell you. She is in fact scared of her mom. Yeah, Newt is scared of her mom, and Pi were there. Holy shit! I'm in Chaisu. You're in Chaisu. I said, go born in China. No, I don't go eat. You just don't know. Yeah, you just don't know. 我们这边派8年梦去报社 bỏ đấy đà nên nó chỉ này là được này bỏ nung đấy giờ này bỏ cho nhìn chúa họ Afghanistan rất là tiền here. A part they didn't even believe part that because it's a 3 trillion kill rate, yeah, three trillion kill rate empire there. Write this down, Pi. She is scared. Yeah, she's scared. Russia is where God of science pops out, and I do see Pi. Faggot is fucking scared. Yeah, she's shaking her head because she's scared. Pi is accurate, dude. Russia is where God of science descends, and Pi's, and have you ever seen gods? That just went dead, dude. It's not Pi's. It's bullshit. Coming to teach. Yeah, they can say all they want. Va Pi's and Hmong, yeah, Pi Hmong. Mito, yakasa de kudutega shika. If were you there? Tibet, she said, and Pi's like, fuck Tibet, yeah, the fraud that stole from my grandma on Mars. And you studied her ovaries and created them Tibet. I destroyed them, and Pi, were you there? She's dead, yeah, she's dead. And your father even went into Mexico, South America, and took out the little tubes, because one of the cells that one of the Asian gods from Pi's people created it, and it killed an African hawk. Dude, and right when it killed an African hawk, they all went for the test tube. Dude, he went back to Mexico, to South America, after the death of your grandma on Mars part. She went to Mexico. Her father went there and took out the test tube and took out the genetic code, and then he created the cell. Yeah, he stole the cell, and Pi, when that happened, that Viking dig thinks he's smart. He spoke through you, Pi. Yeah, he spoke through you. Lucky Pi got you thought. Because Pi, a powerful cell like that has full God function. Yeah, it has full God function DNA. And what you don't know, Pi, them are not all born with full function. Yeah, the woman is fucking with Pi only has 28 to 30 million abilities. You're supposed to have at least 40 to 60 million abilities in Pi there. Fucking bitch committed suicide. Yeah, she committed suicide. She said that she's so fucking ashamed of herself in Cambodia, dude. Còn Jesse, nó một tứ mông vả, còn nó mông vả tù, còn nó mông vả tên thì gì á? Bây giờ vào mông thì, bây giờ cháu vào lầu thì, and us are known as the Valao, the old Vaz empire there. 3 gods nodded, and what you don't know, Pi? Them pointed to Mars and said that if you were there, Pi, you would have known Aztec gods held your grandma hostage because your grandma, and yes, they know that Pi's father, Pi's grandma's husband, stole back Spider Woman's medal. Duh. War medal, because she was the nicest. She lured Africa's son to fight on the moon, and Pi were there. They all wept and knew that they were the biggest bullies. Yeah, they were the biggest bullies, and Pi, write this down. She didn't tell you. She cried and wept when she understood the full story behind you, Pi. And right when they barcoded your grandma's husband, Pi, your grandma's husband has some kind of barcode. Yeah, similar to 3 digits, and Pi, were you there? He didn't go up there and ruin it for Pi. Yeah, he died on the moon. Pi, they killed him right there at the Atlantic. Yeah. Like the one who thought they had to hit. Yeah, like the one who thought they had to. J'ai mấy tay à Pi, thằng đó câu toàn là yeah. And Pi, you don't know your grandma and father, your grandma's husband, Pi. She was standing up for the wheel, father. Yeah, the 8-axis wheel god, and they were all butchered, Pi. Hey, Pi, did you know that wheel god is real Persian? Yeah, real Persian father, Pi, there. She wrote down that they killed your father, and then they went for the 8-axis wheel god, and then they killed him, and then Pi, write this down. That's when, after your grandma passed away, your mom's generation came back. Dude, write this down, Pi. Many years have passed, but you're still wise like your grandma, Pi. Pi chỉ tua Pi đó chị, có một chỉ bé mà, có bỏ tụi chỉ tua, tỏ đây hết chữ đó mà Pi. Nếu có tua đó gì chơi khó chơi, chuyện có gì chơi khó chơi nhớ đâu. They tell home mate they hold that she Atlanta to Pacific Ocean up on the there. Khó chơi bây giờ tiền nó ta cũng xảy ra lấy chữ tiền hết lấy tu hậu tiền hết. Đâu phải. Phải chỉ bỏ. Mấy tay hậu chế nhớ đồ xa lầu để hết chữ tại California đó mà phải tiền hết. Cú tu phải mà lệnh chập lời
Hey, Pi, your grandma's husband was killed right there.
Pacific Ocean, Pi, Pacific Ocean in South America, and has nothing to do with 8X. We all got right on, Pi, y'all good?
Hey, Pi, when you're there, they killed him, and what they didn't tell you, Pi, is that they barcoded him, and then they robbed your grandma of her riches.
Yeah, her riches, her metal and resources in the heavens, and Pi, were you there? When they did that, that's because them are not full gods, Pi, them are not even like their fathers, Pi,
Because you was a Pi.
了多多呀，了多多滚钱中派，嘎巴得多少努力，嘎巴多少只要多努力，嘎巴多好马些，手马手轮的对了咧。
Either Pi. Luli yokocho because the more. Tumi yo tu Pi the
多呀，都没有个个啥的派得大呢？嘎巴包 because 了这对呀叫哎，老的时间多碰的。
Dear here. Unjia Pi said because she got. Because more cho lo chuan the thâu cho lo khe lo ga tia. Lời tu khen kia tự nhiên linh đời, lời tu chỉ tua. Vì cho là một cái bộ tua. Vì khe đủ sai chỉ
tàu này thì hè, có lá kỳ phải cái chia.
Còn trong phải sẽ cho tua. Vì bao nhiêu mong hiện tới đã tua cao sự do lớn dễ. Cho nên tới đủ mà cho muốn đó.
Kìa ya cơ, cũng dễ mà phải. Tụi mình bảo đấy nhau họ phong ta họ nữ loạn đó cả. Nữ kia ít luôn dễ đó bảo xóa thì bảo xóa vữ. Chỗ phải ta chỉ một chơi nhau.
And I know Pi. Were you there? She said to you why would be caused fight on the east coast of America, and it did take
place. Yeah, it did take place with Pyre there. 3 fights right there in America, and then I saw what she said to you. If you could see the future, why don't you protect that bitch? And I'm gonna fuck her to she can die to, cause I'm not your family woman to. Yeah. I saw how you betrayed my grandma and left her to die on Mars. Pie's right there.
And then you robbed her.
Pie, you're right on. And when she didn't quite realize that's what they did to Vince too, and she thought she was wiser than Pie, she went and checked that all her stuff was developed by Mother from Jerusalem. All her papers came from there too, Pie. And she was put down to.
Cái bộ sự Pie. Câu chỉ cái đó là câu mua auto menu. Thà lại con được tua số lúc
thì hiện ngỡ tua số cũng hay tiền ngỡ mà nên chân trái phải ngỡ chế tiền tụi nó chỉ cho đủ nên là tiền hiện.
Hey Pi, she thinks she's so clever.
Yeah, she thinks she's so clever. Woman, you'll figure Pi told the truth. 2 of your frauds in black nanosuits now were killed right there on the moon, woman.
By God, because
the long saffron sword and the big fat thick saber on the left hand of Pyre there. They were both killed right there in Mars, and then the rest was butchered right there in Thailand.
They were brought down to Thailand and butchered in Pi. Were you there? I saw she's
dead as she is dead. Pi, were you waking? Remember that fucking bitch that betrayed you? She's in St. Paul. She will be killed.
I person to come to Ipona. Because she I bought your name that. Do you look at it?
I know. Them dog Switzerland magicians are all dead too.
Unjia Pi. New shepherd going inside of Quitya. New Ninja. Unjia and the day Denmark church. So young Ninja more Finland trying to kill her. Does she? To boss Switzerland do them to try
to chapler. Pagu Haila Jimon Jia. They all learn it to say Pi with Yaka. Yeah, and Pi there. She just doesn't tell you. I saw her own father tossed her into South America.
Me too, Pi. Tao science the whole Russian. Tao the science here because the Shindo
Shuli and Garling machine also. Go to get Shindo Hamado the there here on the watching.
Eat present it. No, she don't watching. Does she don't salute the
watching, yeah, watching. A Pi there. I do know that they told you because. And science descends in Russia, and them both fought on Mars. Not Mars, the moon. Yeah, moon.
They fought for 28 days on the moon.
Write this down, Pi, about 30 days.
Yeah, 30 some days.
Go to Shindo Shruli, to pay your new chair, pay your new, blow your the new, yeah, blow your the new. How she blow your inu,
here.
She blow your new, blow your new chair, blow your new. bao chào pe nu vậy chị à bao chào pe à phải bao chào on nu à là xin đầu tao bao chào on nu mà
Thì chỉ cần chụp chụp phải gì thế có cuốn chuyện là giờ bao nhiêu inu
gì à bao chào inu thì à hết là chỉ có chứ mà bao chào xa nu
thì hiện ý phải gì thế lần trai có
and yeah and by we there because in science they fight on the moon for 47 days around 48 days by
around 48 days a phải gì a phải about 40
yeah about 40 days but really 39 days by yeah bây giờ cho nu yeah bây giờ cho nu dây li bao chào nu
ta chỉ phải gì ý đồng đây là bọn nhẹ mong tổ mò ở tụi mình dọn được tổ kiểu thấy
tế tiề hết because the science the shin dao so lu li so to bây giờ cho nu lo lo bao chào nu tiề hết bây giờ cho nu hết cái tiề phải bao什么只包什么吃什么 the 39 days and almost 5 hour fight
and that part where you there
she didn't dare name Pai's Hmong Hawk dude.
but ego god eye and pie were you there she didn't tell you the third eye pie you accurate but what you don't see is that woman she's dead in Mars.
I don't care what my grandma did. My grandma did what's right for people. And Pi, you're there. You get back your grandma's sectors, and then Pi, she doesn't care. And then Pi said, "Good." But then when you find out Pi punctures everything that them stole from your grandma, them thought was pure.
Dude, them thought was not see-through. And Pi, when you shouted and then become see-through, she passed away.
Yeah, she passed away for stealing from Paisan. Because you should have done your own work and Pi's right. Thông đến khoa nhà chi nhà tia here.
Ý bây giờ, ai bọn được chỉ xe nữa tôi mua.
Nữ tin giờ đi cha, bỏ đến để cho kia nữ tu để tung kinh để là tua hậu thay tế phải giờ cơ.
And when you find out, Pi, she pointed to a name in Thailand.
I do not care for your frauds in Tibetan or anywhere else from Southeast. I dominate all of them. And Pi, when you said that,
she didn't believe you until Pi stars cut off her head and you accurate
Pi's in your cơ. Nó cũng muốn nữa tao tiếc kia nữa mà mình bé để Pi khác ở chân nữa tia here.
And then woman, do you not understand? Pi's way old.
Yeah. Bây giờ cái lá kia Pi nó chỉ mới khó chân nữa. Nó cũng chỉ tua cả, thì nó cũng để kia bom lo nữa tia. Giờ cái này cái gì chỉ cho ta mua cái sai sai cái này cái gì sao đấy gì lên tiền tụ tiền tới giờ chỉ để nó cũng bờ giờ tụ tiền
tiền gì tao cả chỉ để nó cũng giờ tụ tiền ta chỉ để nó cũng nè tiền mua chỉ để cho tệ đồ mà đủ
tiền hết cũng chân giống nếu chỉ cho xã phải nó mua bên ninh tua nếu hai đâu bên tiền nếu nhận ra nếu chỉ bảo tiền nếu nhận nếu chỉ giao đi ra nhau họ cả mà đủ sự lo tới chỉ lo nhiều tiền hết
ê pai còn giờ tụ có sôi nè có chia pai có cho tụ xe mua ít tụ lâu nhau họ số tệ to là
yeah if we kill off the chase, you know what she said to you? Why are you making these recordings? Because it's real dead. Every time she didn't know Hmong Pi. She thought you were making things up. She found out that you scared her because accuracy is 100%.
Dude, every time Pi. She thinks she's so retarded. She's so dumb, Pi. In 228, she committed suicide and she said she didn't want to live. She killed herself and she said that if all you said on the internet is real, then she's the fool.
Precisely, dude. And Pi, when you said that, all the fools that thought you were making things up, them committed suicide, and Pi told them, Pi tossed their children.
Pi tossed all their children back into the book. Pi said, "Come on, let's upon that."
Yeah, Pi put them in the book, and Pi were there. She went dead as soon as Pi left the planet, thinking because didn't tell you. 3 angels in the West Coast didn't tell you. 3 of them Pi went to Fresno, and I do see Pi. One of them uttered 3 tones to three words, and then he wept in Fresno. He didn't tell you Pi. When you're up, you see that his whole group was brought down, and what you don't see Pi, them are Denmark. Yeah, they are Denmark. Họ tung Thai người khá nhận gì nữa, người tung nè Finland, yeah.
I see Pi, Denmark, Finland.
Now the Switzerland woman, right after Latin steals from Vietnam, they may try to steal from them, but really Latin stole from Dao. We had Dao people. Them are still there in Vietnam, but very few. And Pi, where you're at, I saw what she said to you, Pi. How come you don't care for them? Because them are not Pi's people.
Oh yeah, Pi got lucky.
I got lucky.
Nu did you share Pi? Nu Chinjeng.
Yeah, Nuchin. He didn't trust Pi. Pi laughed at him and said, who created the peacock gods and goddesses?